Good morning. After finishing my round of doxycycline for maybe Lyme's disease, just as a prevention, I am back out on trail, and I'm planning on doing about 80 miles over the next 5 days. And then it's Thanksgiving and I'm going to be off trail for a bit. So yeah, today's going to be a good day, mostly downhills and flats. This is Brown Mountain Creek Shelter. So you've got water, small but decent shelter. And I am looking for the privy first. Doesn't look like mice live here, so that's nice. It's very slick. I already slipped and fell. I rolled my ankle. So I am taking time to just stop and stretch and use my trekking poles. I am really hoping to keep my feet dry. Let's see if we can do it. All right. Yeah, it was super slick. I didn't feel comfortable, so I crossed in camp shoes. And oh my God. Woo! Dopamine! All right, I'm gonna sit down up here and get dried off and put my dry shoes back on. Hopefully that's the only water crossing. Oh my gosh. So today, first day back on trail, I'm only doing 11.4 miles today. I didn't get back on trail till a little after 10. I actually am skipping 8.5 miles from where I left off so that I can get 80 miles done.
Does not compute.
Okay, so the last section I did was the Priest area, and I got off at Salt Log Gap Road. It's very remote. I don't recommend. It's hard to get to. And then I started back at Route 60, skipping that 8.5 miles between, which I go back for. I say a couple times that I'm going to go 80 miles in 5.5 days. I've never done it before, but I had a lofty dream. I also knew with the Blue Ridge Parkway there that I would be able to get off closer if I needed to, but I really wanted to get to Danville and the end of this far out map.
Whew. Oh my gosh. I didn't like it during, but right now I feel amazing. But I gotta get dried off and get my socks and shoes back on, put my sweater on. So I have a few more miles of flat ground before I have to start going up for the shelter today. What was I saying? There are gonna be some nights, that's what I was trying to say. There are gonna be some nights tonight in the next 5 days that are in the low 20s, some in the 30s, some in the low 20s. But basically freezing every night. And the highest it's going to be over the next 5.5 days that I'm out here is today was 45 when I got out of the car. At the shelter I'm going to, the high for today was reported to be 43 degrees. And then everything is lower than that. There are going to be a few days where the highs are in the 30s. So this is as warm as I'm going to be. So yeah, my feet feel good. They don't feel cold right now, actually, at all. Yeah, it's just been a good day. This is perfect hiking weather. Oh, goodness gracious. Beautiful. And there's switchbacks. Great trail. Yeah. Just the question is, can I stay warm when it's 20 degrees? Trail today has been really nice. Slippery because of the leaves and the water still on the ground from yesterday. But yeah, beautiful trail, switchbacks. Very much appreciated today. Well, my pack is so full. Ooh, bouncy. Boing, 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 boing. It is currently 2 o'clock. I have 4.5 more miles, and it's mainly up 1,500 foot of elevation gain. There have been glorious switchbacks today. It's been beautiful. It's about 0.6 or 0.7 left to the punch bowl shelter. If no one's in it and it's clean, I'm probably gonna use the shelter, not tent. Now I see the sign for the privy. I thought it might be up there. There's like a little pond there, so I knew it wouldn't be too close to that. But it's like on the other side. Good morning. It is just after 10 o'clock. I have hiked up Bluff Mountain. There's the remnants of a tower here. Great view. I stayed warm last night despite it being in the 20s. Today's high is like 33 up here and maybe a few degrees warmer, a little lower. So yeah, cold. It's gonna be highs in the 30s for the rest of the week, but sunny, and lows in the 20s to up to lower 30s. I was so determined to get up at like 5:20. I'm like, I should just get up. And I slept for 2 hours after that. But it's like the best sleep. So I just am stuck between this. Yeah, I need to get up and get going, but I can't afford to not get good sleep. So I just have to do less miles at a time. Oh, so sad. I just came upon this. This is stop worthy. Put the brakes on. Oh my gosh, there's the James River. Oh, what a great spot. I'll be crossing the James River today over the longest footbridge on the AT. So that's exciting. There's a report of bear at a shelter that would be very convenient to stay at, but I'm gonna go another mile or so past that intent, get a little bit up the mountain and away from that shelter because people say there's a habituated bear that stops on by. So, much as I would love to camp with the privy, I think I will give it up to get a little further. Unless I just can't, but I'm gonna tent, not go in the shelter. I'm gonna hang my food a ways away. Look at this great spot for lunch. I was gonna go down to the first shelter and have lunch there, but it's like a 0.2 off trail. And it's actually not windy. It's the first time I've just been warm with my jacket open. And look at this view. Here's the James River, which I'm crossing possibly up there. Soon, in 4 miles, I'm crossing the river. I'm passing this shelter by, but it looks like nice privy, nice little shelter, and some tent sites around it. But I just need the water, which I don't need to go to the shelter for. It's been switchbacks all day. Here it's like wind blown, but very few of them have the leaves blown off. Most of them are covered in leaves, and I have slipped and rolled my ankles a couple times. So just taking my time. I am about 2 miles from the James River Bridge, crossing, and then another couple miles to a shelter. And it is 3 o'clock or almost 3 o'clock, so that's probably where I'm gonna end up. Though if I go a little further, another mile or so up the mountain, there's supposed to be very nice tent sites, so I don't know. I'm debating on it because there's been bear activity at the shelter, so I'm concerned. And I've seen a lot of scat. Soon to be at the James River Bridge. Well, I don't know what the bridge is called, but it's a footbridge over the James River. So I passed a gravel road, and I'm 99% sure that that's Ice Cream Man's RV. I have pictures, I know I do. I'm sure I do. From the first night I met him, I was hiking out. Oh, I was racing because I hadn't seen my husband in months. And he's like, I can't wait till Katahdin anymore. I'm gonna come see you. And came up, and I did 14.5 miles that day. And it was just rough, but I was racing. I saw a bear that day too. That was my 6th bear sighting. And I was just like, get out of my way, bear. I got places to be. And I come running out of the woods to the road, and there's no one there but this RV. And he just an amazing trail magician. He's a trail angel and wants to feed you. And I have food sensitivity, so everything he's offering me, I'm like, no, I can't. And then he passes out a folding chair out of his window, and he's like, here, have a seat. Yes. And I was like, perfect, thank you. I'm like, I have snacks. I can just sit and talk. That's good enough for me. Thanks. So I haven't seen a single person today. And I said Ice Cream Man outside of the camper. I don't think anyone was in it. But it'd be cool if I see him. It would be awesome. The only person I see today or tomorrow, whatever. I didn't see anybody yesterday except for one hunter. And he was leaning into the truck window of another guy. So I guess there were at least 2 people. But I only saw one yesterday. Have not seen a single person today. So, yeah. And I saw Ice Cream Man again at Shaw's before the 100-mile wilderness. And yeah, this would make 3 times if I see him now. Like old friends.
Free spirit who made the world a better place, Michael Ray Norton.
Your safety is our #1 concern. This is Georgia, 775 miles. Not much further now. James River Footbridge, dedicated to the memory of William T. Foote, a tireless trail worker and enthusiast whose vision, persistence, and effort made this bridge a reality. Bill was an Appalachian Trail thru hiker, past president of the Natural Bridge Appalachian Trail Club, and past member of the ATC's Board of Managers. He and his wife, Lori, the Happy Feet, were the first to complete the coast-to-coast American Discovery Trail in 1997. Bill pursued his passions, honored his dreams, and cherished those around him. Yes, as we all should. Well, not should, because we shouldn't shit all over ourselves, but I think we'd be better off if we try more of that. Put it that way. This is where I'm collecting tonight's water from. Oh my goodness. I love it. Good morning from my third day back on trail after being off due to doxycycline. I am so glad that I had my hair chopped off. It still had hair, nothing I can do about that, but literally no knots. I don't have to spend 20 minutes brushing my hair and then braiding it. It's just, is what it is. It's been awesome. Don't have to worry about my hair during the night. It gets all wonky. Don't have to worry about my braids during the day and them getting in my straps and being bothersome. It's just done. One step easier. So I was like, I'm gonna be up and going before the sun is up. Not when it's 20 something degrees out. It is very hard to get out of this very cozy sleep system that I'm so glad works in 20-degree weather and keeps me toasty warm. I slept last night so well. The night before I didn't sleep well because I was in a shelter, and being on the hard board, even though I have this lovely, like, beautiful inflatable, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. I slept from 10 to 3 solid, 5 hours solid, and then I slept a little bit more after that as well. So I did not beat the sun up. I have a big plan today, get lots of miles in. So there's a shelter where I can stay, camp. That's less big miles. It's still like 12 miles versus 17, but it is high up on a mountain range. And I'd like to get further down because it's warmer further down. So I'd love to get over this range, but it would be 20-something miles for me to do. And the sun sets at 5, so I'll let you know where we get to. That's where I parked last night. It was already after dark when I found this unofficial campsite, which is on far out. I was a little worried being on this ridge line and the wind, but it was perfect. I slept so amazingly well last night. Maybe because I was being watched over by Mrs. Claus and Santa. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just stepped over it and just squeaked with joy. Look at you. It's so tiny. So sweet. I'll show you. Look at this. So teeny. If there's a lot more of this kind of trail, maybe I can get to my target shelter today. My goal is to get as far down the mountain as I can. But last night I was on a ridge, and it's all about getting the tent in a place where it's not too blustery. But I was so cozy in my new winter weather setup, sleep system. So that was awesome to find out I wasn't going to die nor be miserable. Oh, I was cozy. I wore my wool long johns, and then I put these rain pants over them because I have 2 liners right now, and the wool and the fleece-ish kind of liner like stick to each other, and it gets very frustrating trying to move around. But with these on, I just slide around and I'm so cozy. Oh, it's great. So looking forward to another good night's sleep. And again, I'm okay with the closer shelter, but the further away and the one after that would be even better, but I know that's not gonna happen. If the trails were like this, I could do 3 miles an hour. And if I go past the thunder something, whatever shelter, and go to the next one, then I will pass through the guillotine today. If not, tomorrow morning. I was just playing epic movie sounds. They seem to like it, but they're on the trail, giving them their space. Beautiful day and beautiful trail so far. Seeing those deer, getting to play them some music, they seem to enjoy. That was nice. I might just stay at the first shelter. I'm just concerned about wind, and it's higher elevation, so it's colder and windier. I would like to get further, but then I'll be night hiking again, but it's only because the sun goes down at 5:06 or something. It's basically going to take me a year to get my through hike done. So I hiked from Harper's Ferry to Maine, took some time off, went back to Harper's Ferry, had shoe issues, got back on trail, it got really cold, got off trail to get cold winter gear, got back on trail, got a tick bite, felt sick, took doxycycline, felt sicker, and was at home during that period, and then back on trail. So now I'm getting as far as I can before Thanksgiving. Started in May. Now I'm getting as far as I can before Thanksgiving. I'm going to do some more winter hiking, like when the weather is good, to get a little further. And then in early spring, I'm going to start in Springer, Georgia, and hike home to Virginia. So when I started in May, the rhododendrons were not budding yet. And then they started budding as I was hiking north. I saw buds. But I never went through like a rhododendron tunnel of flowers, which is a bummer because I spent so much time on trail. I saw mountain laurels galore. Those were wonderful. But yeah, I've seen probably a few flowers. Maybe there were some early bloomers as I was hiking north. But yeah, no rhododendron tunnel. So I'll have to come back when they're blooming. Just for them. I still have 2 more miles to go, but not far ahead I'm crossing the Blue Ridge and there is a trash can for me to get rid of trash. Yes! I'm at this overlook. Just see lights. See lights. The fading sun. Oh my gosh. I gotta go.